guys, what's going on? Hey, so we are back with another video. This one is going to be titled Faith and Fitness, because I truly believe they're intertwined and there is a crossroads. Now ladies, you can gain some value from this, but this is really a conversation for my men. I'm speaking to my guys, so I mean, you can watch if you like, but I honestly recommend sending this to, you know, brother, you know, friend, cousin, uncle, dad, fiance, husband, whomever, right? Because I really want to have a hard, pointed, and challenging conversation with my guys, okay? And that topic is faith and fitness, okay? And I truly believe they go hand in hand. And what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly just go through the priority, right? And then we're going to go through some assets. So when I talk about the priority is your faith. The priority is your relationship with God as a man. Because without that, without your faith, it is impossible to please God. It is impossible to raise, lead, and build the kind of family that God intended you to build without God. Okay? Now, right after that, I believe that through faith and through respecting the body, the temple that God gave you, I also believe that as a byproduct of that faith you have in God, because you're so on fire and have a zeal for the Lord and His Word, you want to build the best temple possible for you that you can create. It's unacceptable to be lazy. It's unacceptable to have a physique that is overweight and you don't have any underlying medical incurable conditions. It's unacceptable. I'm just being straight up with you. And you're saying, man, you coming out the gates kind of hard. I can talk that to you because I've been there. I only speak on things that I've truly witnessed, experienced, lived, or I believe that the Word of God has given me through reading, okay? I'm not speaking on things that I have not done myself. I used to be overweight. I used to be 260 pounds in high school. You know, I was playing defensive line, offensive line, and wrestling heavyweight. So I was carrying a lot more weight than I needed to carry around, and it was really up until college. You know, I had made a decision one night. I had made a decision, and I looked in the mirror. I didn't like what I saw, and I said, I never want to look like this again, and I'm never going to look like this again. And I did something about it that night. And the reason that faith and fitness they go so hand in hand is because there's a lot of references of scriptures to sports, to training. I mean, even this faith that we have is a race. It's a marathon, right? You got to have endurance. You got to have strength. You got to have resiliency. You got to be able to push. You got to be able to grind. You got to be able to persevere. You got to be able to do it when you don't feel like it. You got to be able to do it cold, afraid, unmotivated, uninspired. You got to be able to do it. You got to be able to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. It says we press toward the mark, right? We press toward the mark. So I just want you to think about that for a minute, because there are a lot of similarities between physical training for the body and training for your spirit, man. Now, Paul says physical training is of some value for the body, but the spiritual training is the value, right? Now I'm paraphrasing a little bit. Go back, you can read that. I believe it's in Corinthians, but the point I'm making is I don't want this to go over your head of what I'm saying with this video. Because although the emphasis is on physical training, I want you to understand that the emphasis is on your relationship with God and placing God on the throne of your heart and of your life where He belongs. Because He created you. You don't know how to be a man without Him, because He created you. And the thing that is so wonderful is that when you place God first, being physically fit, being someone who is is tenderhearted towards your wife, your family, your community, someone who's a strong man, when God is truly where he belongs in your life, these things come as a byproduct. You will be a strong leader as a byproduct as you seek the Lord continually. And like the word I got today from service was so good because it talks about seeking the Lord. This is an action verb. This is something that is ongoing, that is continuing. You seek the Lord, he helps, you get strong, you find success. But when you find that success, you don't forget about God. You don't turn your back on God. You don't get prideful. Instead, you should get humble. You should even get lower. And I don't think a man is really strong or meek, right? Or is truly humble unless he has something that he could flex, or he could pop off, or he could be dangerous. But he chooses to actually subdue that. That's real strength. And when it says Jesus was meek, meek is not weakness. When it says the meek will inherit the earth, that is not a weakness. Being meek is strength under control. I mean, Jesus said, y'all think I can't call 12 legions of angels right now to blow this whole thing up right now, set this thing on fire? Kill everybody. That's basically saying I kill everybody in here if I wanted to. But not my will, but the Father's will must be done. He had the power to do that. And I think as a man, you build yourself up in strength so that you can provide and protect if necessary, right? But there also may be times where you don't pop off. When you use wisdom to deal with a boss, a supervisor, or somebody that is not speaking to you in a way that you'd like, or you're in a situation where somebody's looking at you funny, or you're in a situation where somebody's trying you, right? You don't always gotta pop off, because that person may have a lot less to lose than what you have to lose. And man, this comes from the discipline of spiritual training, of constantly submitting your desires to the Lord's desires. And also as a byproduct, when you're in the gym, it teaches you consistency, strength under control as you're moving the weight, controlling your breath. It's a place to go and train your mind and train your body and to subdue it and to master yourself. It's self-mastery. When you're training hard in the gym and your physique's on point, I know that man has integrity, at least when it comes to diet and nutrition, because you can't build a proper body without good nutrition. You can't be cheating on meals and not meal prepping and eating the right things and doing the right workouts and have a certain shape. So that spills over into our spiritual life as God talks about the fruit of our life. It says we will know them by their fruit. What type of fruit are you producing in your life? Take a look. Does your life look like what you claim to believe, or does it not? Because if it does not, there's an inconsistency there. There's a lack of integrity there. Something is off. I want to challenge you guys to get in the gym this year and get into the best shape of your life. There's plenty of videos out there that teach about diet, nutrition, things like that, and workout splits. So I'm not going to ramble on that today. But if you do need some help or some coaching, man, hit me up in the DMs or something like that, and we can talk. But there's plenty of stuff out there that you can check out. Okay. But I want to challenge you guys in this area of your life, because it's something I don't necessarily hear a lot in the faith community. We hear a lot about a lot of sins on adultery and fornication, lying, cheating, stealing. We hear those things. I don't hear a lot about overindulgence in food or laziness, because we serve a God who is working and moving and shaking and living. He's not a lazy God. He's not a tired God. He don't get tired. He never slumbers nor sleeps. You feel what I'm saying? So it also says in the word that if you love sleep, you're gonna be poor. If you love to sleep, you will be in poverty. You'll clothe yourself with rags. That's in the word of God. And again, I'm telling you things from experience. I know what it's like. I was in the U.S. military. Okay? I know what it's like to live that disciplined life. I was overweight before. I know what it feels like. I can tell you that the other side is better, brother. I can tell you that the other side is better. Your wife will respect you more. Your future, fiance, partner, she will respect you more when she knows at least this is a man. Well, the most important thing, this is a man that has spiritual training. He knows how to go in warfare with me and for the family and for the Lord. I'm telling you, bro, the right woman, a good wife, oh, they love that. My wife loves that about me. My wife told me she fell in love with me off of my Instagram videos, because back during COVID, I was just dropping sermons. The Lord was pricking my heart, and I accepted my calling when I was younger from the Lord. The Lord has spoke to me young, and I'll go into the video like that later. But this has been a long time coming. This wasn't random, right? And the Lord had been pricking my heart around that time to drop videos, just kind of how I'm doing now. But they were going on my Instagram, and my wife literally said, I mean, obviously she said, she thought I was handsome and stuff like that. She thought your boy was cute. But she said, babe, I literally watched these videos and I fell in love with you off these videos. I could feel your heart. I could feel like God's love in you. And I said, that is the man I want to marry. Like that is the man. That's the guy right there. That you know what I mean? And it was something in her heart coming from my heart, that in the spirit that she was responding to, that's deeper than the physical. So I'm telling you, man, a good wife, a good woman, bro, she values spiritual leadership. A man that can lead spiritually, they value that. That's deep, man. Not a lot of people are going to talk about that. Now, and that also coinciding with that, when you got that physique, bro, when you built, come on, man. What we talking about? It's over with, because now it's not only do he got spiritual discipline, I see that this man can lead himself when it comes to food, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to getting in the gym. You know what I mean? I tell my girl, like my girl all the time, like, I mean, now you do as you want to do. As far as me, I'm my wife's trainer. My wife don't need no trainer or no coach. I'm in the gym coaching her, teaching her about nutrition, how to squat and all that type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? You know, I'm going off on a tangent now, man. I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm passionate about this as well, because I know what it's like to be on the other side. I know what it's like to feel, that gluttony, overeating, and having an unhealthy relationship with food, not moving your body, right? You know what I mean? Not being in shape, how that feels, what your life is like, and what that will continue to lead to, which is just a sloppy life. A life where you walk into a room and people don't really respect you as much, man. You know, when you get in shape and you become a certain type of man, you have a certain type of presence when you enter a room where you've been respecting yourself all week long by your choices. You've been respecting yourself all day long, all year long by your choices. So you exude an energy of respectability. When you walk in the room, people will address you with respect because you respect yourself. Men will respect you. Women will respect you. And you got to ask yourself, are the things I'm doing every day, are they even respectable? You know, the things that you're participating in and indulging in, are you honored of that? Can you look yourself in the mirror and be like, man, if this was shouted out from the rooftops, man, I would be excited about that. And I'm not doing this to shame you. I'm doing this to challenge you. And I'm not telling you these things because I'm perfect. I'm telling you these things because these are things that I battle and I fight with every single day, man. And it starts with prayer. It starts with my time with God. I pray for strength. I pray for the strength to carry out the walk, to carry out what God is calling me to, because I can't do it without him. When I was trying to get in shape, I prayed a specific prayer to the Lord. I said, Lord, I can't do this without you. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out this nutrition thing, whatever. And, I said, Lord, can you help me with my fitness journey? Can you help me? And I can't explain how, but little by little, I started to get information. I started getting knowledge. I started getting the drive, the motivation to work out. My big brother Z, bro was already in shape. You know what I'm saying? Reached out to him. He put me on told me some things to do, meal plan wise and all that. And I did the work. That changed every aspect of my life because I was in shape. Listen to this, and we're getting ready to close the video out. Because I was already in shape by the time I hit college, when I got the tap from the Lord, feeling like I should go in a route of going into the United States military, right? Going into prep. Because I was already in shape, bro, it was easy for me. PT, runs, lifts, swims. Now the swim part I had to work on. But the training, it was easy for me because I was already locked in. Now, I probably wouldn't even have been in the military if I wasn't in shape. I probably would have chose a different route. Because you got to be in shape to be in the United States military. Well, nowadays, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, you should be in shape to be in the United States military, be a service member. But bro, if I wasn't in shape, if I wasn't locked in and already had discipline over myself, it would have been 10, 20 times harder, or I might not even done that. But that path led me there, which then gave me other things here, which then allowed me to now do this here. You get what I'm saying? All from a decision to, number one, seek the Lord, get my spiritual health in shape, and then I started working on my physical health. And by that led me to decisions that allowed me to have financial health, mental, emotional health. You get what I'm saying? So I want you guys this year, if no one's told you that you need to get into the best shape of your life this year, I'm telling you, you need to get into the best shape of your life this year. And as I'm speaking this to you, I'm speaking right to myself, man, because listen, we locked in. We're locked in. We're locked in. Okay? And I want you to get into the best physical shape that you can get into. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by other guys, trainers, whatever you see online, but you don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to have an 8-pack. All I'm saying, bro, is to get into the best shape of your life. Do not be out here sloppy, overweight, unhealthy. That's not a good representation of the temple that God has given you. A sloppy, overweight temple that literally is giving into pleasures, over pleasuring yourself with food and being lazy. You can see it from the appearance. Amen. Build yourself up in the faith this year. Build yourself up, physically, and then just go forth from there. But I want to challenge you this year because I care about you. I'm passionate about this. I want to speak to young men who are like me, who are at a crossroads, who right now you may be between two different paths where you're just like about to give up and say, you know what, this is not for me, F this, whatever, right? But you want better. I'm telling you to choose better. I'm telling you to choose life. I'm telling you to choose God. I'm telling you to lock in, trust God, and walk in purpose, because it gets better. This is not your end. You will live and not die. It's not over for you. I want you to chase God like a madman. Be desperate for God. And then when you get the physique you want, when you get your desires, I need you to be desperate for God still. Be hungry for him even when you get those things, because you can't forget your first love. You can't forget the one who got you to get where you wanted to go. You can't abandon him once you get there. That's all I got, guys, today. I hope this video bless you. Reach out to me on all my socials. Check out my music. I got some more stuff dropping this year, and man, I'm excited, man. If y'all can't tell, man, I'm excited about this year, man. I'm feeling good. There's a shift this year, man. We done transitioned into new beginnings. I'm just excited. I'm excited for you as well on this journey, man. And I just truly pray for your strength. I pray that the Lord keep you, keep your family, and keep your mental, you know, during this year, man. And that this year really changes your life forever for the good, man. You know, so that's all I got. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Let's get it.